Mike Ford is with us from the Seattle Mariners. Gerald Ford
I
was the
know.
What's up,
president.
fellas? How you
What's
doing?
up, Mike? Hey, Kratzy, intro your boy.
I mean,
good to see
this
Kratzy.
is not Mike Ford. This is the man, the myth, the legend, the Station. So we can call him Station from now on, because in AAA we would call him Station because he would not take an extra base ever. It was station to station unless the ball went over the fence. So if he's on second and you get a knock, you better put it over the fences.
Yeah, we're hit it soft. So I got a chance,
Hey, Big Mike, how you doing, dude? So I heard that you weren't allowed to come on to the show until you hit a certain milestone, which you accomplished like with impeccable timing with your Friday home run.
Yeah, Kratzy sent me a little text that I had tied him in career home runs, and it took me a little while to get over that hump. So glad I was able to the other night. Yeah,
It took forever. It didn't take you a while. It took you like 40 at bats. You got 12 pumps and like 150 at bats now. You're on pace for like 68 homers for this season if you get enough ABs. And it took you 40 at bats until our final text Friday. I said you ain't coming on Monday unless you hit a homer. So
there you go.
now you passed me.
Yeah. But
So
it took a while,
Hey, Mike, did you think even for like one iota and I remember I'm looking back at it now too. Pitch was a little below the zone. You reach for it, smash it over the wall, and it was a big one to help you guys because you only won 2-0 in that game. Was there like even an iota of Erik Kratz's text in your brain when you were crossing the bags?
More like, please hit a slider. But
So you are like Kratzy.
I think Kratz can attest to that one too. But definitely good to hear from Kratz, and I'm glad I'm able to come on.
That was his first thought when he's circling the pillows. He's like, I just passed Erik
Gotcha,
Kratz
Kratz.
on the home run list the whole time.
Wait, is it Kratz? Is it passed or tied now? You're the official statistician.
No, it's passed. Yeah,
Passed.
it's
Okay,
it's
good.
an elite list. He had 31 homers, and back when I used to run the mic in AAA,
Yeah.
Ford would have a couple of extra yogurts and adult sodas in AAA, and he'd be talking smack from the back, and I'd be like, Ford, I have way more big league home runs than you. And I said, but when you pass me in the career big league home run race, because he had just come back from he was a little salty, came back, he didn't make the team with the Mariners as a Rule 5 pick. Vogelbach did.
Yeah.
And now you're in the big leagues. I said, when you pass, I'll get you a gift. So here's your gift, 40. You're on my show.
Perfect. It's just like Back to the Bus, Spent a lot of time on that thing together, so it's always nice to see your face, and we haven't talked in a while, so it's good to see you.
It is good to see you too, but you bounced around a lot of teams. But let's go back to the 2019 season, because I asked some of the boys from the POS, and after this you got to tell everybody what the POS text thread stands for. But they said I wanted to ask for some Mike Ford stories to see if you would back the stories up. So Mike Tauchman, center fielder for the Chicago Cubs, fresh out of Korea, wants to know what your pregame food was before you hit a dinger in Syracuse. Shirt off pregame food.
Shirt off pregame food. I can't remember that.
Pizza and wings, and you got hot.
There you go. Sometimes you just got to have a little joy off the field. You know what I mean? I've adopted your policy of yogurt and granola, the AAA after 30. Yes. Yeah, it's a little lighter. I can't do what I used to do.
No wonder you look so sexy in your big league uniform now. But you need to tell everybody, what does POS stand for?
Pieces of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. We're called a few things by a certain person, and we just kind of gravitated toward it as a group. So it was a really fun group of guys. I mean, a really successful group, and it's crazy to see the success that the team's had. I think you would say that too. I mean, pretty nuts, the guys that were there with us, and it's just cool to see them having really good careers, different places.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, so right now you're on a Seattle team that's hot as hell, and you guys had a huge weekend. How much fun are you having, and what have you noticed is the number one thing? And you can't say like, oh, Julio Rodriguez. Like, give me something different, right? Like, suddenly everyone's hitting yogurt in the clubhouse. Give me something different over the last few weeks for Seattle.
Oh man, well I stopped hitting, everyone else started, so that's a good thing. But no, just it's a great vibe right now. Our team's, I mean, our pitching's going to carry us, so that's kind of just stayed the same, and then we've all started kind of just having good at bats together. As cliche as it sounds, and obviously when you start winning, things get a little bit lighter. Clubhouse get a little bit more relaxed. I was on 4 different teams last year. I've gotten to see a bunch of different places, and you can just ride the wave for a decent amount of time, and I feel like that's what we're doing. We have a belief that we can kind of go out and just beat anyone on any night now, and it's a nice thing, and we're just kind of playing to our level of competition and just trying to stay hot.
Mike, how different are some of the teams that you've played for? So fans always want to know, like, what's the clubhouse vibes? How are the teams treating their players? And by treating their players, it doesn't mean that one is necessarily treating players better than the other, although sometimes that's definitely the case. But, they have different approaches. So can you think of any specific examples as to, say, what Seattle does, or where you come here and you're like, oh, I really like how they do this with the guys? Or do most squads feel the same for you in the bigs?
I think, I would say it's kind of more dependent on a GM's profile at this point to me, kind of what the direction of the team that they're running obviously wants to be. They have indicators of things that they like, and ways of doing things, and that's kind of ultimately the head of each team. So I think it kind of comes from that level. Every place is different. Every place has different things that they're looking for. Some have, less than others. It kind of all dependent across the landscape of the league. But yeah, I mean, here it's a lot of young guys that get on base a lot. Obviously, pitching's super important, and they kind of just roll with the hot hand, and it's great.
What was it like watching Julio the last 4 days?
I asked him after the third day. I said, "What'd you have for breakfast the past few days? Because I really need some hits." And he said, "I'll order you some Chick-fil-A." I think he had Chick-fil-A in the morning. The Sunday he said, "I couldn't get my Chick-fil-A today," and he ended up getting one. But so hopefully he had some Chick-fil-A this morning to get back to the fort. But it's just crazy. I mean, he's incredibly talented, super fast. I wish I would love to see how it is to be that fast for one day. He can beat out a ball in the hole with the best of them. So, it's just he's a really talented player, and he's kind of getting going with the year, and this is what he should be doing. And I think he knows that, and it's kind of nothing out of the norm for him.
There's many more Chick-fil-A's available in Houston than there are in Chicago. So he might have had a tough time. There's one in Chicago downtown. The line's like 2 hours long. I don't know if Julio Uber Eats it to the hotel or not. But...
Yeah, but that's got to get figured out, right? Like if you're the Mariners and you're like, dude, what's changed for the last 4 days? And he's like, yo, I'm just hitting Chick-fil-A every morning. I'm like, we will do whatever it takes, okay?
Tell J-Dog in Chicago, the visiting clubhouse guy, hey, man, we need some Chick-fil-A for J-Rod every day.
And double up on Saturday, put it in the fridge. Yeah, it'd be kind of gross, but he's still got to eat it on Sunday. Yeah, reason number 9,000 that place needs to be open on Sunday.
Exactly.
Chick-fil-A slaps, right, 40?
That's good. It's one of the better AAA meals. You know that. So, I've dabbled in those spreads a lot, so always appreciative with the Chick-fil-A spread. Yeah.
Hey, Mike, how much have you experienced players that have come down like on the rehab assignment or something when you've been in the minor leagues and they do the whole spread thing? It's a big conversation on this show often. And sometimes like Kratz or AJ has to even remind the young guys because it'll be like a first-year ARB guy. And they'll be like, yo, dude, you're about to go on your rehab assignment. What are you getting the boys? And they're like, oh, I haven't thought about that. They're like, well, you should think about that, So have you come across any really good situations like that? And also, if you somehow get hurt and have to go back down, do you have to buy everyone's spread?
100%. I think it's, it's just kind of what was done for you, so you do it for the next, group of guys. And a nice meal and a little bit of money out of your pocket for especially when you go down and you rehab, you're taking some at bats away from some guys, especially if it's a longer rehab, and that kind of gets lost, because you're usually doing it in AAA and those guys are close, and maybe the guy's hot and now he's got to take a week off or basically kind of not play for the week. So there's a lot of different things that go into it, but definitely would buy a spread. But I never really ran into anyone bad like that. Just I've always, New York was really good with it, so that's kind of where I spent the majority of my time in the minor leagues, and those guys were great. Every time they came down, it was something new, something good, and something different.
There was one dude that didn't buy spread. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're not saying it. I said it on the show earlier. Hey, that's what this is about. You got to call dudes out.
Yeah, no. I won't name names, but I know that you've probably said it before. So,
hey, what's worse? What's better? I should say, going 4 for 4 with 2 dingers in the bushes, or 1 for 8 in a series in the show.
Oh man. Oh, man.
That's show. It doesn't matter. You're in the show, dude. It doesn't matter. That's the easiest answer ever, dude. I'm in the show. Forget that.
Yeah.
Kratz just wants his AAA homers to count in his big league his big league number. So you say he's still ahead of you. That's the problem.
Yeah, no, definitely the big leagues. But after the 1 for 8, you're like, that tap better not be coming soon. That's kind of you know that one, Kratzy. So
everyone counts the days, right? They know someone's coming off the IL, and all the guys are like counting the days, and they're like the days. They all know when the dude's coming back off rehab, and everyone's in their locker, and they're like, "Oh God, can I go hide in the training room, or can I hide in the food room?" And you see the coach walking through, and you're like,
and there's no September 40-man rosters anymore.
But still, it's like
walking.
Yeah, who they getting? You see the bench coach come out of the office and just slowly look around, and you're like, "Oh, who's he going for?" If you're on that bubble, you're like hoping you're going.
You
visible.
shower quick so you get a phone call, and you get out. I'll never forget the one in New York. It's the day before my birthday on the night 2019, and we had an extra inning game in Tampa. And that's before they, changed the rules to 13 pitchers, 13 position players. So I'm like, well, get an option tonight, day before the birthday. Sure enough, need an extra arm. You're the optional guy, and it is what it is. That's how it works. But definitely had plenty of those experiences. So I think I had 17 total transactions last year. So it was a lot to go off. Yeah.
All right. So Mike, what's your favorite? And you can't say Trenton, okay? Because he's from there.
Yeah.
You can't say Trenton. He's from Princeton. I mean, that's like they're next door to each other.
Yes.
Okay. So what's your favorite minor league stop? Because you've hit. I mean, you're like Kratz. You hit them all.
Yeah.
Anywhere I was, that's where his favorite was.
I enjoyed being with Kratzy a lot. He brought a great element, especially a little bit older I've gotten. He was imparting wisdom, before I knew he was. Let's put it that way. And I'd probably say after I got DFA'd in New York and traded to Tampa, I went to Durham, and I kind of settled in there. And it was a younger group of guys that had a lot of energy playing, and it kind of brought some joy back to the game for me. So probably there. Also, nice little city. Had a nice place to live there. So I'd probably say Durham is my outside of Trenton because I got to live at home there. Durham would be my number one.
Okay, these guys are going on Thursday, right? This Thursday
Yes.
to Somerset, the
Okay.
new Double-A affiliate of the Yankees.
I don't think he's played there.
No, let me finish.
Okay.
So when I played against the Yankees in the Eastern League, they were in Trenton. And Trenton has the big prison, and they got Princeton. Right? Those are two things in Trenton, in a Double-A ballpark. Okay?
You love Jersey.
I love Jersey. I'm a huge. They don't even let me in Jersey. But last time I went in Jersey, there was fires, and I had to go home. The sky was orange. But
It was.
Yeah.
are you upset that the Double-A team's not in Trenton anymore, and now it's in Somerset? Like, I mean, Trenton was actually a good ballpark.
So is Somerset.
They
dude.
packed a lot. I don't know, but I'm just saying. You can only go off my experiences here, Scott. And he's from Trenton, so I'm on his side here. Why'd they take the Double-A from Trenton and move it to Somerset?
So Somerset and Trenton are about exactly opposite. One's north, one's south of where I'm from. So it would have been kind of the similar situation. I went to some Somerset Patriots games growing up because it was an independent ball team. Actually, Jack Cuss's father was a part owner in it, and that's where I did a lot of my. That's who I played for. Growing up was the Cuss Academy in New Jersey. So I went there a bunch. It's a nice stadium. I think they've done some big renovations, but to me, it's Trenton's where I played. It feels, you drive into the field and you drive out of Trenton, but it was a great ballpark. I love dogs, so the bat dog was big for me. It's like an emotional support animal when I was playing there, kind of thing. So no. Definitely be missed, but I hear the new one's pretty nice. So you'll have to tell me about it, Kratzy, when you go see it.
Yeah,
I will
AJ's not
definitely.
invited to Somerset for good reason.
That's fine.
I'll
Jack
definitely, I'll
Jack
definitely tell you about
Uppercust.
it.
What a name, by the way.
Upper
Jack Cuss. Jack Cuss.
Jack
It's now called the Diamond Jacks.
Yeah, Diamond Jacks. Yep.
Yeah, in Flemington. Tell us about your dog. You said you love dogs. Tell us about that little mutt.
He's with my parents in New Jersey, like he does every year. He's 5 now, crazy, but he's swimming, everything, doing his normal thing. He's got the life, man. He's a snowbird before, Florida in the off season, New Jersey at the beach in the summer. It's not bad, so he gets spoiled.
Hey, Mike, we have some serious Princeton baseball fans in here, including Jackson, who said, I remember he was player and pitcher of the year at Princeton. So what's the smartest thing that you learned from Princeton, whether it was baseball or in class? What's the one thing you'll always remember from Princeton?
Don't go to the jail across the street.
Yeah, that's a good start. Probably, probably the biggest thing I learned from the university was just probably life's more about connections and personal interactions with people and just kind of networking than any school could really give you. So just to take advantage of that was probably the biggest lesson I learned while I was there.
All right, I've got one more Mariners question from me. Who's got the most pop on the Mariners? Maybe in BP, let's call it, because you got some serious swingers there. I mean, you got Raleigh, you got Gino, Julio. You can tell me if I'm missing anyone else from like the big boppers.
Man, Demo's got some thump. I mean, it's a pretty good group. I love BP, so
Your
I
boy.
like to try to put on a show during BP when I can. Yeah, I mean, Julio's got a ton of juice. It's tough to beat. Gino's got some crazy juice in there too, and
Murphy,
Cal
Tom Murphy.
Tom
Jack, dude.
Yeah, Tom just hits like the 110-mile-an-hour piercing line drive. You know what I mean?
What a body.
Oh man, he's jacked.
He is incredibly in shape. And have you, Kratz? You ever came across Murph?
Yeah. We played together in exhibition games for like 2 minutes. with the
Yeah,
Giants.
he is so locked in this year. It's just like boom, and it's been incredible to watch. Definitely trying to take some of his stuff and apply it to myself too. Just kind of
He's a
block out
yogurt.
the.
He's a yogurt guy. There's no doubt.
Oh yeah. Very very clean eating and incredibly focused.
Mike, are you in the lineup tonight?
I think so. Yeah, it hadn't come out yet, but.
All right, good, because I'm calling the game tonight for Fox, so I need you to do something for me tonight, so I can talk about you. I can talk about you on national television passing Erik Kratz for the home run title. So I need you to I know, for the career home run title. I got you. So I need you to go deep, or score from second on a triple or something like that, and we can talk about it.
There we go. That's I can do that on the triple. I got that one. But yeah, no, it should be good. This is actually weirdly first time playing here. So I've never played in the White Sox here. I've played them on the road. For them on the road a bunch, but so it'll be interesting. Cross another stadium off, and that's part of the fun at this point for me. It's seeing new things, seeing different places, and it's just cool to keep doing it.
The home of AJ Pierzynski.
Right.
Yeah,
you can give him some tips.
So when you walked in, he saw my statue
around the ballpark. What should he see around the ballpark?
The statue of me at the front. I don't
know. It's awesome.
No, just go give J Dog a high five for me. J Dog's the visiting clubhouse guy. So when you walk in, just tell J Dog hello. That's it.
Kratz, you got last licks if you want it.
Yeah. So we're gonna say bye to you, 40, but I can't say bye without asking. Did you go to the barber and ask them for the Lego haircut? Is that what you went to?
Oh my God, dude! I haven't gotten a haircut in 2 months, and I knew
that's why you're not hitting.
You were gonna blow me up. So hey, I missed the barber twice in the last week, and then once the week before. I came back in from BP. He was gone both times. I said, "Damn," and you know me. I don't really care what the hair looks like, but yeah, definitely need to get that fixed quickly. So we're gonna take care of it shortly here in the off day on Thursday.
Nice.
I like
Good
it.
work.
He's got the bangs, the lax bro kind of look.
Yeah, he's got Carlos Quentin Lego hair. We should tell him helmet hair. And he just takes it off at night and he puts it on the little Lego thing. And then the morning he wakes up, he puts it back on.
He's got it. He's got the flow.
That's not a bad thing.
You've got plenty of it. Many
Mike,
don't
ever take hair advice from Erik Kratz.
Yeah.
That's true. So if he's making fun of your hair, just be like, Erik, at least I have hair. Okay, we'll go from there. Start over.
Hey, if there's one thing that he is an 80 tool hair game for Mike Ford. Yeah. He has hair everywhere. He's maybe 85 tool. The shower, it looks like he's a Wookiee in the shower. It's unbelievable.
You ain't lying.
Whatever.
Many ain't losing it though, so that's a good thing.
Exactly. Exactly. That's right. You tell him. Well, Mike, good luck tonight. All right. Have fun out there in Chicago. Keep doing your thing, dude. Awesome to get you on here for the first time.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate it. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, same here. Thank you. Mike Ford from the Seattle Mariners, hottest team in baseball right now. They've won 6 in a row, and they're like, screw the wild card. We're going after the division.